Hello to everyone. As I speak to you from the Vatican, please allow me to bring you best wishes, greetings, and prayers from our beloved Pope Francis. My community from where I speak right now, we must be like some 20 meters from the Apostolic Palace, from where Pope Francis gives his blessing every Sunday afternoon at midday. So let's feel Pope Francis' closeness to us. And also like to thank Mary Denise and Tom and Ken, along with my colleague and brother Alessio, who heads the security sector in the Dicastery, for doing so much too, as Tom said several times, for gifting us this retreat. It has been a true Christmas gift, and thank you very much. I've been asked to share something on the theme of nonviolence from the perspective of integral ecology. And just very briefly, 3 points I would like to share. This perspective of Laudato Si, that everything is interconnected. It came out so beautifully in the movie of Tom. I saw it earlier, but someone said when I saw it again today, I too was moved, Tom. So thank you for that. The first thing that Laudato Si teaches us is that peace is integral. In Laudato Si, paragraph 66, Pope Francis says that human life is grounded in 3 fundamental and closely intertwined relationships with God, with our neighbor, and with earth itself. And in paragraph 10, Pope Francis, while speaking of St. Francis of Assisi, speaks of interior peace. Now, this was already mentioned in our retreat today, but I would like to highlight it, that we see peace as integral, is being at peace with creation. And the COVID has taught us that if we are not at peace with creation, we cannot be healthy. Our wars have taught us that if we are not at peace with our neighbor, we cannot enjoy freedom and well-being, and peace with God. And also very, very true, we need to be at peace with ourselves. And St. Francis of Assisi is a beautiful example of that. The second point is the path to integral peace is non-violence, because the problem is violence. Laudato Si has a very profound intuition right at the beginning in paragraph 2, when Pope Francis tells us that the violence present in our hearts is also reflected in the sickness evident in the soil, in the water, in the air, and in all forms of life. So if there is disharmony, problems, lack of peace outside, it is because of the violence within us. And that's where we need to begin. We need to heal that violence. And we need to respond to violence with non-violence. And non-violence is not being passive. It is just the opposite of violence. So we respond to hatred with love, with aggression to aggression with gentleness, to indifference with compassion. And the verse that comes to mind of Jesus is of the Beatitudes. Matthew 5:5. Blessed are the gentle, for they shall inherit the earth. I come originally from India, and I know Gandhi loved the Beatitudes, and they say that he always carried with him a copy of the Beatitudes. And I'm sure he too would have reflected on this particular one, that unless we are gentle, we cannot live in harmony in this common home that is our beloved earth. So we need to, as Monsignor Dufay told us, need to be gentle, need to be caring, need to be compassionate. And the only path is non-violence. And non-violence is gentleness. Non-violence is compassion, is care. And the third reflection in the light of Laudato Si that I would like to make is we reach integral peace on the path of non-violence by creating partnerships, by creating a movement. And that also came out very strongly in the movie that we saw, that we need to work together. And in my little group I shared, I thought probably we are still the slaves of the egocentric perspective. It's I need to change, but then transformation has to be equally communitarian, and that we need to work together. And I would like to end sharing with you, it's on the Dicastery website, for Francis to mark the Laudato Si special year, has at the Dicastery, at the Vatican, we have launched a movement of people from below, including everyone. We have created 7 sectors, beginning with families, then dioceses and parishes, educational institutions, schools and universities, businesses and healthcare centers, economy, businesses, cooperatives and farms, and organizations and groups, and 7th group would be religious orders. The idea is in 7 years, we can create a movement from below. This year with the church, but we would like to make it very much ecumenical, interreligious. And I conclude with the words of Gandhi, who said, "Become the change you want to see in the world." Let's become that change individually, but I would say much more importantly, as communities. Then we can really reach integral peace on the path of nonviolence, walking together. Thank you very much for listening to me, and God bless. Thank you.